everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cosmic Conversations. I am your hostess, Marla Martenson, and I am back with Veronica Drake. Hey, Veronica.
Hey, Marla. Hey, everybody.
Hey, this is so exciting. We're here in November. Thanksgiving's coming up. It's the holidays. And I love that sign behind your head, Faith Inspires. Inspired.
There you go. There's a whole little inspirational wall there.
Oh, I love it. That is fantastic. Well, we wanted to do a video today because Veronica has something new and exciting in her world. I think it was a few months ago, I told her, I said, I think that you should be on this amazing YouTube channel called Channeling Erik. I can just see you on there, being a big hit. And I connected her with Erik Medium, Channeling Erik's mom. And for those of you who don't know about Channeling Erik, it's a mother who lost her son to suicide, and her name is Elisa, and she's in Texas, and now she is she had started a blog, and she started a YouTube channel because Erik comes through mediums and comes in different ways to people and herself, and connects and shows us that life is not over when we cross to the other side, and she has amazing mediums on there, and Veronica's been doing some great stuff. So tell us about this great adventure. You're a big hit.
Wow, I will tell you this. First of all, thank you, the universe,
yeah,
you, for everything.
Divine timing.
Us.
I know.
It's such a beautiful experience when you get to be the space and the voice for education, inspiration, love, and humor. Erik is just so funny, and it's, you know, what's interesting to me is he and I are personality very much alike, and you know, we have a lot of fun when we do this, and Elisa is not afraid to tackle big topics.
Right.
And so we go deep with things on the show. And, you know, we've talked a lot of what Erik and I connect on is mental illness. So we've been talking a lot about mental illness and the role it plays within our society today, and gun control. And I mean, we go really deep with the show.
Right.
So it's been an interesting journey.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversial topics and a lot of controversial people that come through as to channel and characters in history, and it's incredible.
One of the biggest things, and this was a test for me as well, we did Channeling Erik, we did the show Channeling Erik, but Elisa had asked me if I would be willing to channel Stephen Paddock, the Las Vegas shooter.
I saw that one, yes.
And I just, right away, everything in me said, yes, do it. And I took so much heat and flack. And I mean, the haters just crept out of the woodwork on that one. Okay. But I stand by it. Everything I said was authentically from Stephen. If you haven't seen the interview yet, you need to go watch it.
I'll link it at the bottom.
Media is what came out of that interview is absolutely what is happening. And so there was no conspiracy theory on our part. Erik helped bring him in. And it's a very detailed look into Stephen's mind, why he did what he did. And it's a very interesting, it drained me a lot, though. When you watch me, you can see kind of like everything changes. And that was the first time I had channeled so deeply that it took over.
Wow. And what were some of the haters, what were their complaints about it? What were their...
Well, you know, people wanted there to be a conspiracy. They wanted it to be bigger than it was. They wanted it to be militant. They wanted it to be, you know, government control. They wanted it to be terrorism. And it just wasn't. And he was a lone wolf. And people don't want to hear that.
I can't remember all the details. I watched most of that one, and sometimes I'll be listening while I'm doing something, you know, because I'm walking around on my phone. Now, how did he get all those weapons inside that hotel? Did he say that part?
No, we didn't cover that, but he did tell me that he did tell us that it was a lone operation, that he just had accesses and familiarity because he was a high roller. He just was somebody that was known.
Oh, okay. So they didn't question why he's coming back.
Yeah. And he just had the run of the show, so to speak. I also brought up something, or he also revealed something through me that wasn't public knowledge till a little bit later. He had an interest in prostitutes, and it came out that he was there was one time where he was with a prostitute during this time period, and things that no one really could have known. But suffice to say, it grew me not only as a channeler but as a person, because doing this work is not mainstream yet.
No, it is. It's really getting mainstream. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But now, did he just was he mentally ill? Is that what he said, or why did he have hate?
Yeah.
Why did he? Everyone's wondering why did he do this?
He was, well, and when you watch the channeling, his answer was very smug, and it was because I could. Oh. He was all about pushing the envelope, doing things outside of the box. And here's the thing, he hid his mental illness really, really, really well. He was high functioning. There's nothing about him that profiles like the other mass shooters. Yeah. So what he gave to us was a new definition, as they untangle this, what we can look for, if there's even a tangible aspect to hang your hat on with this, because he was very cunning.
You're going to have a lot of channeling to do, with all these tragedies. It's things are just escalating with the violence.
And Erik and I covered that, like the violence and why is it getting, so out of hand. And the thing is, all through history, there's been violence. It's just that it's more sensationalized because we have bigger avenues to get it out there. And really, the other side of it, from a spiritual perspective, we have to know one side to know the other. Mm-hmm. So
now I was thinking about this because, yes, in history there's always been violence, but it's mostly been wars over territory, over kingdoms, over things like this. But now we're getting just random people just going berserk. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, well, we have so much toxins from the Roundup that they put into the on all of our food and the vegetables and the air and the water and the soil. And the toxins and chemicals, right, that we're all just have been absorbed now for decades, as well as, like, I feel, all of the factory farmed animals, the billions and billions that are in agony and misery every day. So there's that frequency of pain. And it's like, I think with this, something's going to have to come out, a reaction on that. And spiritually, that's my feelings on it, but I could be wrong. What does Erik say?
We talked about that as it affects infertility, and Erik's message was be mindful of the water you drink, and that was just a collective. Be mindful of the earth. What's going on? What are we doing to the earth? What poisons are coming out of the earth that are hindering and impairing our systems?
And what are some of the wonderful things that have happened? I bet you've connected with a lot of amazing people out of this, and what's going on?
Yeah, it's been like I said, incredible. I've actually gotten over 1,000 new people who have come to work with me, booked readings with me. It's been surreal. I can't even. It's funny because I'm just me. I'm just sitting here and I'm being me, and I have this gift that everybody has. I just chose to activate it, and the universe is drawing all of these people to me, and I've worked very hard for this, and it was just at that tipping point when I met Elisa and Erik, I was ready for it. Because I tell you honestly, had this happened when I started my career 8 years ago, I probably wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is, and how are you going to service 1,000 people? I know that like Emmanuel, Emma, who's one of the channels, she's one of my favorite channels. She's been on my show. She said often she's booked up for a year. So are you, if people want to come and work with you, how can they do it? You have 1,000 people ahead of them. Are you booked up for a year? What's going on?
No, it actually, they've come into my fold. So I'm booked out through January.
Okay.
Yeah. January. So right now the 3 month, but it keeps coming in. So they've come into my fold. So I have a free group a free group on Facebook, Making the Spiritual Practical,
Okay.
where I teach all of these principles. I do videos, and so they've come on to that. My Facebook page, Veronica Drake 62. I'm also doing videos and teaching on there. My YouTube channel. I probably, again, being booked out till mid-January, probably have a good 300-400 people keeping the pipes full.
Yeah, wanting readings, yeah. And you guys, her readings are amazing. I've had readings with Veronica, and they're really great, and she's really fun, and you're going to love it, and you can tape it or whatever you need to do. And so that Facebook group, I'll put all the links below to that, because I didn't know about that Facebook group, so that's exciting.
Yeah, it really, and it's a nice cozy little environment where my tagline for business is making the spiritual practical. And one of the feedbacks I hear a lot is I can take things that seem so complicated and I have the gift of making them simple, simplifying them. And then people go to work putting them to practice in their life. So it's nice to hear that, because people are actually using the principles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Veronica, thank you so much for popping in. You guys, all the links are below. You've got to check it out, and that link on that video with Stephen Paddock, that's below. You got to check that out. And much love. Bye, everybody. Bye.